So I believe that Jesse Wells's No Kings is a bit of an outlier from the rest of his music. This song is purposefully simplistic, and I think that it's got a bit of a chanting kind of, like protest chanting, like marching along kind of beat to it. And I wanted to put it in conversation with all of these songs that I'll list right there. I wanted to put this song in conversation with the rest of these songs because I felt like having these songs that, to me, someone living through this sort of No Kings movement, which I'm sure is what it will be, I wanted to put it in conversation with all of these because this song, along with all of the rest of these, are now going to be forever associated with this period of time. And that's why I kind of wanted to bring in the book Paterson by Carlos Williams. Like No Kings, I think that Paterson kind of became a standalone in their genre. Even though Carlos Williams was sort of seen as the father of docupoetics, I believe that the genre subtly really shifted towards more of this sort of Jesse Wells style, inadvertent political resistance. And that's why I put it in conversation with Paterson, because like No Kings, it is a standout of its genre, and No Kings does not fit very well with, it fits well with Jesse Wells's themes. Let me just make that clear. It is not out of bounds for Wells to make something like this in his current standing. Brought about a lot of Jesse Wells's popularity, especially because what are we doing, guys? Why are we acting up? You've been sleeping all day. All day you've been sleeping, and now? I believe that docupoetics as a genre has bloomed and flourished under a different set of community. I think that the idea of community that Carlos Williams presents is something that a lot of artists were really drawn to, and then maybe didn't like the execution of Paterson, which I'm staying away from that. That's not a part of this. But in this moment, I think that it's fair to say that the docupoetics sort of genre shifted towards a more community-focused, bigger, broader breadth of community rather than the individual communities that are present in Paterson. And while there are bigger groups in Paterson, it's generally focused on one or two or three people. And I think that shifting the docupoetics into more of this Muriel Rukeyser kind of conversation and building a broader community is really where the genre sort of went. And I think that's where Jesse Wells starts to become a docupoeticist. Sure. And I think Jesse Wells now is under this umbrella of broad community engagement. And I think it could be this direct result of Paterson. I wanted to bring in The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot and his essay 1917. I'm bringing in both of these because I wanted to kind of put the modernists in this as well, because I don't think that the modernists are like without relevance when talking about Jesse Wells. And I specifically want to talk about Eliot's dedication to critical themes and his emphasis on humanity, especially in The Wasteland and going through this terrible time. And I want to bring up too, specifically, Eliot's comments that he makes on separation of genre in 1917. How he was sort of seeing this woman not want to read a certain type of book because of its genre. And I think here T.S. Eliot really takes kind of issue with this, and we start to see him sort of build in this new, like, well, you should read all the things. This song not only acts as a protest song, but it's his own form of protest with Jesse Wells, and him saying, I do not stand on this side of things. Even though in Red we sort of see him condemn this separative sort of thinking, he also sees the necessity in it in a moment like this. This song is really the greatest form of protest that Jesse Wells can create because of his platform and his ability to speak out and his privilege on that front. And then he states as well, I am not on this side of things, and these are the lies that I'm seeing. And he sorts of lists through them. And I believe that this song actually provides ammunition for peaceful protest. It provides a way for protesters to really drown out the things that people are saying about them. And it allows for a clear and divisive message to be sent. Even though I think Wells is against this kind of idea of divisiveness, I think he sees the necessity of it within this sort of protest song. I actually think that the meaning of this song is much deeper when built within community. And that is why I'm going to make this argument that Jesse Wells is a docu-poet. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that.